Hey everyone, this is Zach with the Gamer and Gameless, and today I'm joined by...
Aaron Golden, what's up, kids?
What's going on, man?
No rap today?
Well, I had rap before.
I shouldn't have encouraged him.
Wait. You can always encourage a rap from me, because I will give you the hardest lyric you ever heard in your life. You want to hear a lyric?
Sure.
No.
2 trailer park kids go round me outside.
That's not yours, though.
It's not anybody's. It's actually 2 trailer park girls. I said 2 trailer park kids.
You know what? I don't even listen to rap.
That makes it worse.
It's like you're plagiarizing.
No, not really.
And we're off to a promising start. Anyways, those 2 other voices you hear are...
Was it me?
You're one of the 2.
All right. Elvin, the Gameless. And Sunflower Seed Eater.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he just has like a gallon of just sunflower seeds.
Those
and
are
just
so disgusting.
I know, very nutritious. And that
Wow.
that 4th voice you hear is none other than the video game sage herself.
Alisha, stop calling me that.
It's
She
true,
just
though.
Like, my
landed,
friends are starting to call me that, and I don't like it.
That's awesome.
No, she just landed.
They're, like,
Her
messaging
private
that.
jet just landed from Japan. She just finished her meeting at Nintendo.
Yeah,
No,
she
I
just-
didn't. I just flew in from TGS.
Yeah,
No,
I was gonna say,
I
did
didn't.
you know about the TGS when you said that, Alvin, or was that just
No.
a shot in the dark?
Yeah.
There's actually a huge video game expo, a conference right now in Japan called TGS, Tokyo Game Show. So, well-timed joke, my friend. Well-timed joke.
Thank you.
Anyways, remember you can check us out at facebook.com/gamergameless or gamergameless.com or our still shiny new Twitter
Yeah.
at gamergameless.
And on iTunes and Stitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, on those as well.
And on the internet.
Yep, you can also find us
If you're
you-
listening to this, you somehow found us.
or maybe if you happen to intercept a messenger pigeon and you see a note on his leg and you
Yeah.
open it up, it could be us.
Yeah, or maybe you're driving next to a truck that's playing this really loud.
Yeah,
And you're wondering what that is? It's Gamer and Gameless.
you should keep up with that. Should keep up with that truck at the same speed, but be careful
Yep.
not to hit anything.
And you
Yeah,
might
exactly.
end up in our headquarters in Baldwin Park,
Yeah.
California.
Park. If you get past security and the stray dogs.
And Pizza Co.
Ooh, Pizza
I
Cup.
love how that's an obstacle. That's
Juan- Hey,
that's
Juan Pollo's only a few minutes away.
Oh, you son of a gun. I love me
Pollo.
some One
that
Pollo.
Pizza Co is a welcomed obstacle.
That's so good.
So I gotta go to work. But what about all this pizza a block away?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So we're the pizza podcast.
Yeah.
So we talk about video games from time to time, and I guess let's start with that. You guys want to talk about what you're playing?
What are you playing, Alvin?
As he's
You're
choking.
looking. No, you looked at Alisha.
Yeah, he did.
And then you're like, "What are you playing, Elvin?" So are you?
That's
is
called
Alisha Elvin.
That's
or?
called a no-look pass, sir.
All right.
That was impressive.
I think he honestly just forgot my name in that minute, and the only name he could come up with was yours.
If you listened to the last podcast, did you listen to the last podcast?
Yeah, I did.
Because you missed the last one. You weren't here, but
Yeah.
welcome back.
She was
Thank
not.
you.
Yeah, Aaron had a line. He was talking and he was on a roll. Then suddenly he stopped. There was a 5-second pause, and he goes, "I lost my brain."
Yeah. I was like, of course you did.
Yeah, because the video game stage, she's...
That's probably that 5-second pause was probably me like screaming at him for something.
You know, she just did a sonic clap like 5 seconds away. Anyways,
But yeah, what have you been playing?
I'm
Ellen?
playing. I just lost my brain.
Nice. Is that from Mattel?
That's from you. I learned that
nice.
from you. I lost when I don't know what to say. I just say I lost my brain.
Is that the sequel to Zombies Ate My Neighbors?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say. By the way, that sounds like the name of an iPhone game. I just lost my brain.
No, I'm not playing anything.
What?
Yeah.
Well, he's the gameless. You know, he doesn't play games.
I know that
No, but-
was sarcastic. Like,
But you know what? But you know what though? Not a day passes when I don't want to try
Okay.
to play something.
As long as you
Does that
try.
count for anything?
He
If
almost-
you want to try, then yeah,
Well,
that counts.
last-
Because that's making you more interested. Like
Yeah.
the fact that you're even like having a slight interest in it, that makes me
Yeah.
happy.
a
I mean, I would
mod-
be more interested if you were like
A
actually
modicum.
trying.
even if you have a modicum of interest.
Well, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, Alvin almost bought a Wii U
Yeah.
over the weekend because it was black.
Yeah, I
You
almost
thought
said
it was white.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that made me real upset last week too.
Yeah,
Just listen. I was
And
like,
does that
what
prove
are
I'm
you
not
talking
racist?
about? No, it has
No.
nothing to do with racism.
I hope-
But you know Wii U's are black.
I didn't know that.
You do.
Nope.
I've brought over my Wii U and played it in
I
front of you.
never paid attention.
Aaron
It
has
was
brought over
right
his
here
Wii U multiple times
in
and
this
played
room.
it in your living room.
I put a
Like,
Redman album
they
in
played
there
it. Oh
in
my
this black
God.
Wii U, and you still didn't know it was black.
Like,
Did not care.
Wait, what? How would that increase the chances of? All right,
Because
no.
Redman's not white.
oh my God.
all right, Aaron.
It's awesome. Brick City, New Jersey.
Well, you know what? I'm.
That
Zach,
means that
how impulsive
you
am
pay
I?
zero
He's
attention.
very impulsive. He actually might walk out at some point.
Yeah.
to go buy it.
That means you pay zero attention.
I don't think any of my coworkers are listening, but I left work and I go, I'm gonna go buy a Wii U. Alvin, where are you
Nice.
going? I have to go. I
My
drove.
planet needs me.
I drove away. I drove away and I went to Fry's. I like to shop at Fry's,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't have any of the pack that I wanted. I wanted the Wii U
Mario
Kart.
Mario Kart bundle.
Yeah,
Why don't you
they didn't
Amazon
have
it?
Hmm?
Why don't you look on Amazon?
It's right there. I like to buy. I like
Yeah,
to
he
buy
doesn't
my
wanna wait.
stuff from there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if they didn't have it, you're waiting even longer.
I'm
if
impulsive.
they didn't have it, and
No,
then
no,
you were like,
wait,
you know what,
wait.
forget it, Amazon, boom.
Wait
and then
doesn't
it's
work
here
for
in
me.
2 days.
I went from there to hot dog at Costco, and
Well,
that
you
was the most important thing in my life.
You could
Hot
have.
dogs at Costco, by the way.
They now have it where you can get the same day shipping at Amazon
For
So
hot
they
dogs?
For hot
No,
dogs.
for a
Oh.
Wii U.
I
So
was
you
like,
can
you could just go pick
you
them
could
up.
literally
And chicken
buy a
bakes.
Wii U and then have it in your house in 3
No,
hours.
I need same minute shipping. I'm not
That-
gonna wait an entire day.
Nah.
I mean, I gotta say, I pretty much agree. I got my when I got my phone last year, the Note 3, which is the size of like a small country.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey, we just got them in." I was like, "Cool, can I buy one?" They're like, "No." They were selling these to other people because we don't like you. You can order it and get it in a week. And I was like, "Nah."
Yeah. No.
And then I just decided not to get the phone. And then a week later, I was like, "All right."
I have a decent story now. The last thing I'll say before you guys go into games, but I went to Verizon. I'm gonna switch from Sprint. Don't get Sprint. Sprint sucks.
Sprint's the worst.
To Verizon, so I go, hey, I want to get my wife an iPhone 6. I go, okay, well, I'm gonna switch over from Sprint to Verizon. I want to get the iPhone 6. They go, oh well, it's gonna be a month. I go, thanks. I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And now he's a proud member of Boost Mobile.
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
Now I'm gamer and phoneless, so don't try to call me.
Yeah, because people want the iPhone 6.
Oh, it's gonna be a month till they come out.
Yeah, I got my girl on Boost because I ain't about her minutes. It's
ain't about that
$55 a month, and that's all that matters to me.
That
Pretty
is
good.
awesome.
That's a lot, though.
But she's never on the phone anyway.
But anyways,
Yeah.
mobile cast, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, so
Mobile phone cast.
I say this, Alicia, because me and Aaron, I think, are playing the same thing, or one of the same things. What are you playing?
What am I playing? I finally beat Saints Row.
Nice.
And
4?
that was real interesting. I kind of got upset at the end of that game because it got real dumb. I mean, and like dumber than Saints Row because Saints Row is dumb.
Because I was gonna say all of the poetic writing and fantastic
Tentacle
storyline.
bat and all that jazz, and it just I don't know. I didn't love the ending, but we did it. And beyond that, just Diablo 3 a lot. When I was sick, I was playing a lot of Diablo 3, which was also kind of hard because I couldn't speak, and so it's just like being in a Google Hangout while talking to my friends while we're all playing Diablo 3 together.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard because I'm like, I have to go to town, in the worst possible voice and everything else like that. So
I actually saw you on Diablo 3, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna join and kill stuff.
yeah.
And then I looked, and your character was just asleep next to a bonfire. And I was like, all right, forget it, so I logged off.
Hey, that's
I
like
saw
Shovel
you.
Knight right there.
I saw you for 5 seconds. I had it. I think I was making my daughter dinner or something like that. I walked back in, and then it was I just saw you poof out of my game. I was
It just shows my cape in the wind.
oh, okay.
I'm still playing Diablo,
Yeah.
which is funny because
Yeah.
I think I killed your nemesis. Oh my god.
Really?
We've been like me and my friends have been fighting so many nemesis. It's like insane.
it's such an awesome feature. The funny thing is since I started playing, right, I've probably sent out because there's certain like especially Nemesis, but then they also randomly drop our gifts for
Gifts for
gifts
people.
for people on your list,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I've sent out at least 70. That's not an exaggeration.
No, he
I've
has.
gotten 2.
You got into?
Yeah, I think Alicia was like, "Here you go," and I opened it up.
I
and
think
it's
that's
just,
when I killed your nemesis.
It's just like a box of mustard. I was like, "What do they even sell mustard in boxes?"
Not even Grey Poupon, just
Yeah.
some Heinz.
Yeah, I was pretty saddened by that, but man,
I think I think that's when we killed your nemesis, like me and my friends, because we didn't. The first time we encountered one, we had no clue what was happening because I'm just sitting there playing, and then I was like, "Why is my controller shaking?"
it just starts shaking.
Like my controller starts shaking uncontrollably, and then
like,
you just
Undertaker appears.
Wow, like you start just hearing that noise. It's like, what is that? What is that war drum going off? I don't understand what's happening. That was like the thing just showed up out of nowhere and just started slaughtering. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But now we have a system. We got it down. We're like, oh, we got this. But before it sucked. I don't know whose nemesis it was. Someone's nemesis popped up right when we were about to start a boss fight. And we're like, oh, heck no. But luckily the system like figured out a way they didn't let it happen. Like they wouldn't let the nemesis pop up while we're fighting a boss.
That'd be unfair.
Yeah. It was literally like we hit the button and it was just like, wah. We're like, oh, really? Like we're about to have a boss fight. But it worked out.
Yeah, it's funny. I think I might have mentioned this in a previous podcast, but the first time I saw Nemesis, I was like, "Oh boy!" I know.
Yeah.
He just killed me,
And you're dead.
And then a second time though,
Yeah.
he came out at the little portal opened up. He was like, he jumped, and he's like stuck in like a whole bunch of
Yeah,
like
you told me about that.
Barrels.
And
Yeah.
he's just like, "Oh come on, wait," and I'm just sitting there like throwing like rocks at him and taking just little dabs of health, and then like 20 minutes later, he's like, "Oh," and died. And I was like, "Yeah, exploit the
That's
system."
very, very fortunate because I never got that chance. I would just die.
Yeah, no, they're
Yeah,
vicious.
they're
I
super
mean-
vicious, especially the more people they kill, the more vicious they get.
That's
so
awesome.
then you have and then it got to the point where the group of the 4 people I roll with is my friend Devin, my friend AJ, and my friend David. And so with us,
Shouts out to Devin, AJ,
and David.
I was gonna say cleric. I don't know why.
and with us, it turned into because we convinced AJ to buy a PS4. Like literally while we were all hanging out in a Google Hangout, we were playing Diablo 3. We convinced him to go buy one so he can play Diablo 3. We just hear him go to like we're talking, and then all of a sudden we hear, "I require a PS4." And this guy Target's like, "Okay." We're like, "Are you buying? You're purchasing one? Okay." So he has very few people on his friends list. So whenever someone else's nemesis would pop up and say it took him out or something like that, then it got to the point where I think it was the same nemesis bouncing between the 4 of us.
Oh man.
So then it would just be like, oh, killer of, and then it would have his gamer tag, and then it would have Devin's gamer tag, and it would have David's gamer tag. I'm like, guys, we can't, like, we have to kill this guy. It's killed 3 out of the 4 of us, and I'm not going down like that. So let's get this done. Exactly.
Did you guys kill him?
Yeah, we did.
I was hoping you were gonna say no. He hasn't appeared yet, and then all of a sudden the podcast table starts shaking,
That would suck.
and then you're dong, and then Undertaker appears.
But yeah,
And then
that's,
Brock Lesnar comes in here.
He
Brock
just breaks in the
Lesnar
wall.
is a horrible human being.
Yeah, he's a bad person.
But yeah, that's it. I've just been Diablo 3 obsessed for the most part.
Yeah, my lady, I haven't played Diablo 3 in about 3 or 4 weeks, but my lady's, she's a level 55 now.
Nice.
So I'm over there on the couch, and I'll play some Madden or some Destiny or whatever, and I'll just go ahead and look at her. Oh, she's playing, you know.
Could you- what does
I'm
that
at like
mean?
level 52.
Okay, so does level 53 mean that or 55 means she's played a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, and it also depends on like your mode and stuff, because with them they're probably currently playing while I'm sitting here talking to you guys,
Yeah.
which means that when I jump into their game, it'll just hurry up and like power level me up to near them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
she doesn't have a PSN account, so she just, she's playing locally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you locally, like she's actually on the streets, like for real? Like, playing?
Adapo Loco, locally
Yeah.
playing
Okay. Got
with locos.
Yeah, I got it.
She's been playing with your dog, Loki.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that butthead.
Yeah, he is a butthead.
So, Aaron, what you think about Destiny?
Oh shit! It has grown on me like a what are they called? Those things that go ahead and suck on you.
A leech?
Leech. I was
don't grow.
calling it a lynch. I've been watching too much football, like George Lynch. Or Marshawn. Anyway, yeah, it grows on you, man. Look at me. Look at my eyes.
I'm looking.
It grows on you, dude. I'm a very patient man when it comes to video games. Besides Fez, I hate Fez. But
You don't understand Fez. That's why you don't like it.
That's
And
okay.
It's simple.
No, it's.
By the way, I think this is the most amount of tangents we've had.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we've introduced ourselves yet. Did we even hit record?
Yeah, we
These are all
Yeah.
jokes.
Are we even talking right now?
No, it just it grows on you, man. And right now I'm a level 17, and I just got a really cool gun. I think it's like the AR3 or something like that.
Is it an automatic rifle?
Yeah, it puts in work, man. It really does, and I'm loving that. I think the best part about this game is just leveling up your weapons and your gear, getting ready for PvP. That's what I think, because
What's PvP?
Player versus player. It's
Okay.
a version of multiplayer. It's about how well your player is against somebody else, geared up and all that, and you may have the advantage. We'll see.
What you're complaining? Was it the last podcast about
Yeah,
how they match people up?
Yeah, and I didn't realize it was. I forgot it was PvP. It makes all the sense in the world now. And I was wondering too, because it's a little off topic, but with these amiibos, wouldn't that also bring a PvP element
Well,
as well?
PvP is just competing against somebody else.
Yeah,
So PvP, like when we play Halo Online and we play Team Slayer, that's PvP.
that's PvP.
PvP is just competitive multiplayer.
Player versus player.
Well,
That's PvP.
isn't it building up your own player against
I mean,
somebody
not-
else's?
Not
That's-
really.
not
It's,
really.
It's not matchmaking. It's
P-
PvP.
no.
PvP is literally player versus player.
So it's just saying, hey, like for instance, if you play World of Warcraft, there's two main types of servers. There's PvE and PvP.
Yeah.
PvE is no
Everyone.
one can fight each other. PvP, certain races can fight each other when they there's the Horde and the Alliance.
Right, but
So
it's never even. It's never an even multiplayer.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it is. They'll have things like Capture the Flag, where it's like 10 on 10. It's like called Warsong Gulch, and that it's just like 10 on 10.
Yeah, but I'm
And
saying leveling up your player versus somebody else's player who's not as leveled up. Like we were talking about 6 versus 26. I was 6 versus 26 last week, and I realized it's PvP.
Yeah, but the PvP aspect doesn't really have anything to do with it. PvP just means you're playing against another player.
Well, yeah, I've done various multiplayers back in the past.
Exactly.
But
So all of that is PvP.
Yeah, but it hasn't. I guess it hasn't been like this before. My understanding.
I mean, no, I can totally understand why you feel this way, because it's not like Halo, or it's not like Call of Duty or Titanfall, or your traditional type things where there's if you're level 20 and if you're 50 in Call of Duty, right, and you're
Right.
playing against someone who's level 10, they don't have an advantage over you. I mean, technically they have the level 50 would have access to different weapons, but they don't have a direct advantage. In this, you do.
You have a direct advantage. in
But
this, yeah.
they try to balance it out by making all damage in the Crucible right now. Later they'll have the Iron Banner, which takes in consideration levels and stuff like that. But as of right now, all damage is kind of equal.
Right.
So if you shoot a gun, if you shoot a machine gun and I shoot a machine gun, it does the same amount of damage. But the thing is, when you have a higher level, you have higher skills and stuff like that. I mean, you have for example, I'm playing the Hunter. And the Hunter eventually unlocks a skill where anytime they pick up a weapon, pick up ammo, it decreases the cooldown of your grenade or your melee.
Yeah, there's advantages.
So
that way.
yeah, there's physical advantages and stuff like that.
But there's also, I mean, even though it may inflict the same damage what you're talking about, there's some guns you can get in this PvP where the gun is it just feels like it's much better. It'll shoot more bullets instead of another carbine or something like that, inflicting as much damage. That's what I'm seeing right now. But anyway, I love the game. I'm liking it a lot. It has holes, but I keep wanting to keep playing it, and I'm having a good time doing it.
So I've been playing Destiny as well. I'm on level, I think 22, 23 right now. So what happens is you hit level 20, and then you get gear that has stuff called light on it that increases your level. I want to play it a little bit more before we do the review, but I'm pretty disappointed with it. And Alisha might be able to chime in on this. Is that when you play MMOs, right? And I know this game is technically Bungie wants to not call it a MMO, but it
it's
is
basically an MMO. Yeah.
What's an MMO again?
massive multiplayer online game.
Okay,
but
I'm sorry. Thank
when
you.
we say MMO, it's short for MMORPG, which is massive multiplayer online role playing game. So it's like World of Warcraft and stuff like that. But I mean, this game, and me and you were talking about this earlier, Aaron, it's like a jack of all trades but the master of none. Mm-hmm. Because I mean, it has a cool world, but it has a crappy story. It has awesome gunplay, like as far as like mechanically and how precise guns are and stuff like that. But the gameplay is repetitive.
Yeah.
So it's like it takes a step forward and then a step back.
Yeah, well, it's also, I mean, I can't really judge it too much right now at this point. I think later on with all the expansion packs coming to it, I mean, like right now, as most MMOs, they're never a finished product when they first come out. It takes months, years, and all that when more content being added to the game. So I'm going to reserve my judgment. But I have read a lot of reviews of this game, and they're not, out of 10 out of 10s, they're like 7s or 6s right now.
Yeah.
And justly, justifyingly so. So I understand what Zach's saying, and I almost got rid of this game the first week, and I feel you can't really. It's hard to review this game in a matter of hours. You really just can't.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened with the game where it takes like 2 or 3 weeks to really?
Well, a lot of
MMOs.
a lot of places they're probably like rolling out with their reviews now.
Yeah.
But a lot of places didn't have their reviews like straight out the bat.
Yeah. IGN just put out the review this morning, which is what's today, the 18th?
Yeah, it took them like 12 days or so.
Yeah.
12 days to review this game. That never happens.
And
And
then
the whole-
certain places their reviews fluctuate also, like Polygon. So it could be like the review could be something now, but then they can go back in tomorrow and
Re-review.
re-review it.
Like I'm disappointed with this game. I'm significantly disappointed with this game. But like there's a game, I think GameSpot and Polygon both give it 6s.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's a good game, but
It's fun. It's very fun.
it's fun, but it's repetitive. I mean,
It's repetitive, yeah.
It has its issues, but to me, the big problem with it is just like there was so much hype, and it wasn't even necessarily the industry hyping it. It was Bungie also. They're like, oh, this game, like, and this quote got thrown around a lot. There was like an executive on, I think it was Activision or Bungie, saying, like, just off the cuff, like in an interview, saying this game probably cost us $500 million to make.
Yeah.
Now a lot of people ran with that and said, yeah, this game cost $500 million to make, but he just kind of said it like, saying stuff like that is not, it's not conducive with necessarily a good game.
Yeah.
Saying something like that it makes you think that, okay, if this game costs $500 million to make, it better be like the most fantastic game ever.
Right. It better be Waterworld.
Here's the thing is everyone talks about how bad Waterworld is. That movie was amazing.
But for how much
I
in the
enjoyed
day,
Waterworld.
Yeah, but back in the day, I think it cost $120 million to make it,
But
that was like
because of water.
That might as well have been $1 billion.
But what people
Imagine how much that movie would cost in California right now.
Right now, I know, right?
Nah,
But
they
what
would not be
people
right
need
now.
to-
Drought.
Yeah.
What they need to understand is like, yeah, that's what Destiny is ever evolving and changing. So people were expecting just a full on game, and it's kind of like the hype train. Like everybody was on the hype train. Oh, it's Destiny. Of course, it's gonna be amazing because it's Bungie. They did Halo, and Halo is the greatest thing ever. So of course, this game is gonna be the greatest thing ever. Oh my god, they're shooting. Oh my god, and then it's just like, well,
I don't know when that becomes. Oh my god, they're shooting. That's it. That's all they have to do.
That's basically it's like when they announced it, they're like, well, of course, because it's Bungie and they're shooting, so we're good. This game is gonna print like money.
They should change the name from Destiny to Detroit.
No, because it actually sold really well, and I know there are tons of people are interested in it because they can see the potential. Like you still have this. What they set up is this game. It's kind of like the bare bones. They're still building on it. So what a lot of people are saying now, they're like, maybe they did all this stuff to build the UI, to build up the systems, the engines, and all this stuff, and they're like, oh crap, we forgot to put the game. But the new packs are coming out in like 2 months. Like in December, all these different packs are coming out. All this different stuff is coming out, and I think maybe if they kind of pushed it more as an MMO, those expectations of it being basically the next Halo wouldn't be there, because you're not going to get Halo. It's not Halo,
Well,
but people are expecting Halo,
you know,
and that's the
what I was
problem.
going to ask you guys. You know, I work in comparables and comparatives. Like, what are people comparing this to directly? Because you always hear like, oh, this isn't as good as.
Well,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Fill in the blank.
It's hard because Halo, they're both first-person shooters. Halo, like the Halo genre. I mean, Halo franchise and this, but they're two pretty different types. I mean, they have like a lot of similar things. Like they're both very atmospheric. They're both fighting aliens and robots.
And this is also an RPG. Too.
But yeah, that's the thing. That's the key difference. Is that like
So then they're holding Bungie accountable because they did so
they
well.
have such a great pedigree.
Okay, I understood.
But
All right.
but here's where I'll disagree with you, Aaron, and you, Alicia, is the idea of. I mean, I fully agree. This is going to be a totally different game once it's fully fleshed out and they have expansions and stuff. But if that's what makes the game good, and the expansions, these just 2 expansions, I don't know if they're going to do more or not.
Yeah,
these
they're gonna do
two
more.
these 2 confirmed ones cost like what?
30, it was $35 for the season pass.
That is insanity, and they're like $15 each.
I think it'd be $20
Or
each,
20.
I
I'm
think.
sorry, 20. Yeah,
$20
you're right. 20.
Yeah.
So if I have to spend $90 or $100 to play this game,
yeah.
it better be like 11 out of
Yeah.
10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Like,
then a year from now, it's going to be the 4D HD
that's-
remake.
That's how all these.
No,
That's
they're
how
not
all
gonna
these
do that one.
AAA games are coming out. You're gonna end up spending at least $100 due to these season passes and these maps you're getting as
yeah,
well.
but here's the difference is let's look at Titanfall, right? Now, I actually
Yeah.
enjoyed Titanfall. I think Titanfall is disappointing. But Titanfall, they've added so much content since it came out.
They have.
And it hasn't necessarily been through the form of DLC. They have DLC,
They did some free
but,
DLC.
but the Pilot Hunter mode,
Yeah, Pilot
free.
Hunter, free.
The introduction of like the black market and selling your cards, free.
And I think the
Like-
Expedition was free too. If memory serves me correct, the first map pack was free.
Was it? I don't know. I
First
didn't,
one
I
was
didn't keep.
free,
I
yeah.
didn't keep up with it. But the idea is that if Destiny, the game with the expansions and the add-ons, is a full-fledged awesome game, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But the add-ons cost such a stupid amount of money that
Yeah.
if I have to put those together, like I mean, I will pull this comparison out all the time. And Alicia, you know this probably better than any one of us at this table. Is Borderlands is $60? Like Borderlands 2 costs $60. If you play everything in that game minus the DLC, you're looking at probably 50 hours.
Yeah.
Like it's a game.
Yeah.
That's huge, has grinding, has all this other stuff.
Right.
And once you beat it, there's other stuff. Like you could play Vault Hunter mode, which is like harder.
Right.
And all this other stuff. And then if you buy the season pass, which is like what, $20, $30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they like I think like 2 or 3 months ago they put out another DLC
They did.
Yep,
Yeah.
they
for
did.
this game that came out like 19 years ago. You know what I mean? Like
But you have to realize this is an MMO.
but
That's I mean they're not directly saying MMO, but it's just kind of like with WoW. I mean that world was bigger, but then when you get into Mist of Pandaria and all that other stuff, you're paying money for these expansion packs.
I miss WoW.
You're on,
So
not to
this
mention your
is-
monthly fee.
This is exactly. So this is basically
Mm-hmm.
I don't that's what I kind of hate about it, because they're like trying to stay away from MMO so hard, but I'm like, this literally is an MMO. That's basically what you guys are selling.
Yeah, it's
you don't want to attach people to make this an MMO, but that's
It's an MMO. I mean,
that's the only thing
it's a
that
failed MNO. But
I mean,
it's an MMO.
MNO.
MNO.
What is
NWO.
a MNO? What is an MNO?
Sounds like some sort of like fighting like.
It's the massive Nordic organization.
It's just a
where-
bunch of Vikings.
That's where Thor got his last job.
Hey, no, but listen, though, Destiny has said, and they quoted, they said that they're going to be releasing tons of content.
But if
in
that
this game.
tons of content costs $20 each time,
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll find out when the new content comes out, what they're going to try to do. But I do like the fact they are going to be adding a lot more, because they know they got to add a lot
Yeah,
more in this
they
game.
know that they have to pump some stuff in.
but
like more strikes and all that other stuff they were
all right,
talking
now
about.
I'll tell you this:
These raids you're
the
talking about.
strikes
yeah.
are awesome. The
No, the
strikes are so
they said they're
good.
gonna do
Oh, yeah.
more.
But I mean, here's my issue with this is that it plays a lot like an MMO, right?
Yeah.
But like a bad MMO, because like with WoW, right? And this is from someone who spent stupid amounts of time playing that. Is you could just be walking around and see someone and be like, hey,
Loot trading.
cool.
Yeah.
Just all kinds of stuff in WoW. There's tons of social features.
Yeah, there is.
And it's like, there will be times where like I'll just be walking around and I haven't joined a guild in WoW, and then it'll just say my name above me and not a guild, and someone will be like, "Hey, you're not in a guild. You want to join our guild? Cool."
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in Destiny.
It does not. It
in
does
Destiny,
not.
Destiny doesn't. It feels like an MMO where it shouldn't,
But it doesn't act as
but
an
it does.
MMO.
But it feels like the social features are the
sucks.
thing that makes an
Sucks.
MMO non-existent.
Yeah,
like
they're not there.
I don't use like a mic anymore. I don't know what happened. Maybe I'm just a grumpy old man now. I've probably put 40 hours into this game already, and I literally haven't heard someone talk once.
Yeah.
And I think the idea, and like these raids that are coming out, everyone's like, oh boy, if you're strong enough, they just unlock these raids. They're going to be so fun.
You gotta be 26, level 26.
You got to be 26, and I think you have to join with 6 people, and you have to join with 6 people.
And that's hard enough if you don't know these 6 people.
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine that. We have this awesome thing for you, but you can only play
it.
with 6 people.
I don't even know 6 people that like me.
Right? Seriously, I mean, if they had like an enemies list, then yeah, I could pull from there.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, 6 people. And here's the thing, right? And people could use a comparison of like that's how MMOs are, like World of Warcraft. They had 40-man raids that you'd have to get together with the guild, but like they realized, hey, that's not a good idea. So then they have like Raid Finder, where it's like a matchmaking system for raids. Like the fact that Bungie, who's backed by Activision, which has more money than 50% of the world combined. Why did I say 50% of the world combined? That doesn't make any sense.
We get the point. We get the point.
They have a lot of money, and they couldn't think this far ahead to say, well, you guys can just do a pickup group. You know what I mean? The fact that you have to join with join with 5 other people.
We saw this. This was in Halo 2 was so perfect about this.
Yeah,
matchmaking was
flawless.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Why are we getting away from that?
Yeah.
This
might
shit
not
was
have
10
that
years
stuff.
ago.
They might not.
Or
they might not.
Son?
They might not have that. That's what you have
It's-
to realize.
but
because
Bungie should know better.
Yeah, Bungie should know better. But what I'm saying is they might not have the systems built in on all that different stuff, because you have to remember Bungie made Halo, but Halo's owned by Microsoft. Yeah. So all of that stuff is taken by Microsoft.
Yeah, but
so
if you put
maybe-
500 million to a game, you should have definitely had that.
Yeah, but
feature.
you're saying 500 million, but you have to realize 500 million isn't just that. 500 million when they're saying this stuff, they're talking about marketing, manufacturing,
coffee,
salaries,
donuts.
coffee,
Donuts.
donuts.
I can't believe you said that. I was going to say donuts.
Exactly.
It's true.
Like,
But I think
all of that stuff. Having people come see the game,
Paying Alisha to build it, to make it, to develop it.
But,
yeah,
like,
paying
here's
for
the
my
thing.
child's college
Here's
fund.
the thing. It has nothing. For me, it doesn't even have to do. No, I'm supporting you. It's
No, I know what you mean. I know.
The idea is, so if they had no matchmaking systems in place in this game, I'd fully agree with you. But if you do the Crucible, they'll find 5 people who are going to play with you and 6 people you're going to play against. If you're going to do a strike, they'll find 2 other people that are looking for the exact same strike. There's one raid. There's a lot of people going into this one door.
Yeah.
And you mean to tell me you can't get 5 people? And they could be like, well, it's really hard. It's like, all right, well, let me fail at it. Like, It's, instead of just eliminating that option totally. You know what I mean? Because like this is going to sound condescending. I'm an adult. It's very hard for me to get together with 5 people in real life, let alone online at a specific time to do something we're probably going to fail at. Yeah, you know what I mean?
the only way this fluidly works is if you're at school, in middle school, and you meet up with your buddies at lunch. Hey, tonight we're all going to play at 6:30, and we're going to be on this and do
and
it.
I was like, hey, Miss Smith, is Johnny home? Could he play?
I know, right?
That's just
He's
like,
doing
wow.
the Crucible. I mean,
literally, that's just like. Wow.
But the thing is, well, WoW, right? It's just like, all right. I'm saying this as a seasoned WoW vet. Unfortunately, it's like when you hit 90, right? If you don't want to do PvP, you could do PvE. You could do raids. You could do raid finders, so they'll find a raid for you. You can do smaller dungeons. You can do dailies, which are like small quests, which they also have in Destiny and stuff like that. There's tons of options, but this one huge feature that is so astounding, and they're talking about how amazing it is, to completely lock it out from you if you're not going to do this, if you're not going to buy to their absolutely ridiculous things,
right?
It's ridiculous. But anyways,
yeah.
You want to say a few closing thoughts? I just powerbombed somebody through the table.
No, what you're saying right now is the complaints I'm hearing from almost every forum or any any comments you're seeing under these reviews. It's just, and hopefully, I think Bungie will get it fixed. I really do think Bungie will get it fixed. I mean, I think Bungie's always been good about listening to complaints and trying to apply them and fix them. So I think we're going to see that. Like I said, right now it's not a finished product. People need to understand this is not a finished product.
That's
right
the thing, though. I feel like it is because
no way
they're gonna
can't.
well they're gonna add on to it, but when you make it $60, it's a finished product. Anything else is just icing on the cake. You know what I mean?
But if it's MMO, it's never really a
But
finished
it's not
product.
an MMO.
But
That's
they're trying to, even though they're not trying to, it's an MMO.
Aaron, Zach's about to go outside and burn a Destiny poster. So you're really not helping.
It's an MMO RPG FPS.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal with that, right? Is I've played a decent amount of MMOs, right?
Right.
And I haven't played WoW in 2 or 3 years. I'm probably gonna start playing again when that expansion comes out.
It looks great, doesn't
when
it?
I get it, it's still gonna be a finished product. They're gonna add more onto it, but I'm still gonna be able to be like, okay, I want to do that, I can do that. I want to do that, I can do that. I want to do that, I can do that. And eventually they're gonna be like, oh, you can also do that. And I'm gonna be like, cool. But there's still a substantial amount of varying stuff to do in MMOs like WoW, whereas in Destiny it's just super repetitive. And yeah, they're gonna have more stuff, but. And this is my other issue. Okay, we're gonna spend another hour on this.
Because I actually have a question.
All right, let me just wrap this up. Here's the thing. Here's my biggest fear, and I'm calling it right now. We'll go back and see when it comes out. Is I guarantee these expansions are gonna probably be one additional strike, and then control in a different stage. You can do they have the stupid patrol missions, which are just random fetch quests. It's just going to be that in a new area. The fact that there's only 4 planets is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah,
4 planets.
Yeah, no, it is ridiculous.
And the moon isn't even a planet.
Yeah.
So it's 3 planets.
Yeah. Wait, is it Mars, Earth, Venus, and
the moon?
Yeah,
it's only 3 planets.
How do you know this much about it?
Because I watch you play it.
Yeah, that's
Dude, it's funny, guys, that we never realized.
Wait. What color is the PS4 controller?
Black.
Or you can get them in blue.
Or white. Or white.
White,
But
yeah.
hey, you know what? No, I said this before in a podcast a long time ago that I could actually hold up in a fake conversation about video games. Someone's like, "Oh man, I've been playing Destiny all weekend. What'd you do?" I could say, "Hey, I've been playing Destiny. There's only 3 planets and 1 moon. It bothers me." And
I don't like that either, man. I don't like that either. Oh man, I'm so glad you share that frustration with me.
I'd rather play Titanfall. Yeah.
Oh man, me too.
Yeah. But here's my question, real quick.
He was making fun of you.
No, I'm going off
man.
this fake
okay.
conversation.
No,
You guys are good.
Yeah, here's my real question, okay? Was there ever a game that came out where everybody said, "Hey, this game is not as good as we expected," and then they came out with something a little later that made it amazing? Like, for example, Titanfall. I know when it came out, especially you, Aaron, you're complaining about how the matchmaking wasn't right. Mm-hmm. But then they released some new levels and they fixed a few things. Did that make that game a lot better?
It added to it. I mean, a lot of people stopped playing Titanfall right now too. It had its moment.
So I think that's what Zach is saying. That I don't think there's a significant thing for him that's going to make Destiny amazing for him or a lot better, right?
I will say this.
Absolutely.
I will say this. Call of Duty 5, when they did not have Nazi zombies.
Which one's 5?
World at War. Then they added Nazi zombies later.
Did they?
Yes. It
I
didn't start with Nazi
That was
zombies.
the one Call of Duty I didn't play.
And then it came with Nazi zombies, from my understanding.
Yeah.
And then that made that game awesome. And then from there on, you had the Nazi zombies.
Okay,
Well,
but would you say wow, this game is great now?
Yeah, I don't think I think that people thought, oh, that's an awesome addition, but I don't think everyone was like, whoa, let's go back and change our review score, you know?
Oh, not that, but I'm saying it really added a lot. So now I don't ever buy a Call of Duty without the Nazi zombies. I didn't buy Ghost; it didn't have that. And even though they added stuff later on, like you can play against
and you like killing
Predator
Nazis.
or something like that.
Alisha, I'm sorry I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Oh no. I would say maybe Mass Effect 3 because they came out and they changed the ending because there was such a big outcry about the ending, but by that time where they changed all that, people were already just so pissed and burned that they were done. But people who never bothered with it, I guess, because they heard all, like, I know some people who never bothered with it because they heard everyone screaming into the vacuum about how they want to, set Ubisoft on fire or whatever.
Well, I have one
no,
more.
Ubisoft didn't make it.
EA and BioWare.
Yeah, BioWare. They want to set BioWare on fire. But the people who came in later played it and they loved it. So, I mean...
I have one more question for you guys, and then I'll shut up. You guys ever watch a movie and you're like, oh my god, did anyone ever look at this movie after they made it and realize that it really, really sucks?
Yeah, that's how I felt with Watchmen.
Oh my god, dude.
Real quick, I gotta tell everyone something really important. I just saw an article that said the first person on television to buy an iPhone 6 dropped it on live television.
No.
I can't wait to watch that video.
You guys are dorks.
Anyway.
So do these guys that make these massive games, I'm sure it's like, what, 50 people, or who matters? Maybe 4 or 5 guys.
A lot more than that.
No, but the people that call the shots, the people that could actually make changes,
there's only one, and her name is Alisha.
Okay. Well, do they really hear these concerns?
I'll tell you this, Bungie historically has been amazing with this type of stuff. And I know because, like, from 7th to, like, probably, like, 9th grade, or longer than that, I played Halo 2 a lot, right? And when you go to forums, and they always did patches to change things, when you go to forums on Bungie.net, like, people will be like, hey, this sucks, change this. And everyone's like, all right, cool.
Really?
And they would change it. They're really good about that.
Wow.
Like, and I think that's why this game, and that's another reason why this game had such like a huge pedigree, is because it's not that Bungie is like, Bungie, they make great games. Bungie makes great games, but they also listen to their fans.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, they've even already done it for this. One of the coolest things, like if you watch our beta impressions from like 11 years ago, one of the things I mentioned that was my personal, like one of my favorite like features of this game was that they'd have like random world events where you'd just be walking around like you'd be doing your taxes in the center of Mars, and then like a little indicator will pop up showing like a random world event. And it's like, okay, I think the one in the beta was like, the one in our video was like, there's waves of these people attacking this thing.
Right.
You need to fend them off. And you fend them off. And then it's like, second wave is attacking this people. Fend them off. Cool. Fend them off. There's stuff like that. Just the fact that it's random is awesome. Everyone complained that they didn't happen enough. And they do not. Like I said, probably 40 hours in. And that's happened to me once.
Wow. In the beta, it happened a lot.
Even in the beta, in the beta it happened more. But like, it happened to me once in the beta and once in this. And 40 hours happened once. And they put out a patch doubling the rate of those. Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out who plays these games in beta, the people that matter, and decide ultimately what comes out and what doesn't. Because it's so funny, man. You guys say things in this podcast, and I'm listening and I hear it, and then through the internet or the interwebs, just kind of going through here and there, I see people complain about the same exact things you talked about. So how does it happen where a few people decide what stays in, but then a million people hate it?
Well, here's the thing. When people beta test right now, and I can't say this for sure, but I think when people do beta tests, when a company is like, hey, let's do a beta for this game, it's not so they can take critiques on how the game is.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's more, for the most part, to do a stress test on servers. Like,
it's to see if they can handle all the people that
SimCity, the newer SimCity that EA put out, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. They were like, hey, you remember that game SimCity that everyone loves? It was like, yeah, like it's online only. And they're like, why? Yeah. And then their servers couldn't handle the load of people, so then it went down for a while. So it had like a horrible launch. Same thing happened with Battlefield 4, is their servers couldn't handle it. So now that's why people do betas. It's not like if like when I did the beta, and if I like if I did a beta for anything, and then I would send it like a report saying, "Hey, you should change this." Like, whatever. Did you get disconnected or not?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Okay,
like,
got it.
Because
when you hear beta now, beta is basically just a marketing buzzword to make people think they're getting into something new. Now, if we were in some sort of alpha or something like before
early access,
some sort of early access alpha, because they still have they like literally have those on Steam where you can go and pay money and you're getting in early access where you're literally in an alpha and they're literally building the game, then that is something where you could say, hey, there's this bug here, there's this bug here, there's this bug here. But now when you hear beta and we're like, oh, hey, we're giving out all these free betas, that's not a beta. It's not. It's basically a stress test to see if people can come in. Yeah. No, it's not a beta.
I got that. But like even for the beta with I feel like the beta for Destiny did its job of testing the servers, because a game, I mean, it's one of the very few games that are online only. Like one of the very few games for consoles that are online only. Like off the top of my head, the only people I can think of, the only games I can think of were Titanfall and Destiny. Aaron keeps eating ice from the cup. Alisha got fed up with the sound.
She took my cup, man.
Because it's driving me nuts.
It's pretty funny.
If it drives her nuts, I must keep going.
But anyways, I think the fact that this game is like the highest selling new franchise ever, and it didn't have major like connection issues, is an anomaly.
Yeah.
Because Call of Duties that aren't online only have connection issues, and I think that was the point of the beta, was to test that. You know.
All right, so they succeeded in that, right?
Yeah.
So
I want to say one more thing. The level of Venus is eye candy.
I mean, they're all eye candy.
Nah, this one, just beautiful, man. The colors are so amazing.
And that's the thing, and that's one of the things that frustrates me so much about this game, is it's not a bad game. The art isn't stupid.
No,
it's just it has a lot of dumb problems, because like Peter Dinklage, when the number, let me think about this, Elvin. Even if you're not well versed on video games, you understand this, is that one of the biggest criticisms of this game when it was in alpha and beta was Peter Dinklage. He is
from the moon.
That wizard came from the moon.
Yeah. Like
everyone was like, he doesn't have any heart, he doesn't have any soul, he doesn't have any character. Yeah. No joke. At the end of that game, he is the person with the most character. Like that's not a joke. Like everything, it's disappointing. But like I said, the atmosphere, it's super atmospheric. You feel kind of immersed in this world even though you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But the music is awesome. All the planets look awesome, but having to do the same parts over and over again, and those aren't awesome. But anyways,
that was a very thorough
but tell us what you really think, Zach.
Observation of this game.
But what do you think about Destiny, Zach?
It's okay.
Does it have? Let me ask this question.
Destiny, more like Destiny.
So are we all in agreement that it has right now has not lived up to the hype at this point?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But
as my friend Thomas pointed out,
shouts out to Thomas.
Yeah,
Thomas.
Shout out to Thomas. He's probably never gonna listen to this. He pointed out.
Let's talk about Thomas now.
Me and him were messaging at work the other day, and he said he found it hilarious that the three biggest AAA titles that have come out have been somewhat of a disappointment.
What's the third one?
Watch Dogs.
Oh yeah.
Destiny, and Titanfall.
And everyone's going to lose their mind for this. I was actually going to do an opinion piece on this. Everyone's going to lose their mind for this. I fully agree with that.
Yeah.
And I also think Mario Kart 8 needs to be added to that list.
Oh.
As far as disappointments.
Right now people are complaining about the new thing they did to online playing.
Oh yeah, there's like some new patch that they did.
Some people are not liking it right now.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened. I didn't read it, but yeah, apparently
I think it has to do with the ranking system, I think.
Probably. But yeah, no, it's crazy. It's like 2015, what year are we in? 2014? It's like the year of the disappointment. It's pretty sad. Let's just all listen.
Aaron's just chewing ice, man.
You can't hear me chew ice.
Yes, you can.
100%.
That's why I'm getting frustrated, because I'm gonna listen to this tomorrow at work, and I'm gonna be like, all I hear is Aaron in that cup, up and down, up and down, up and down.
It sounds like ice. A drill breaking through a glacier.
All right, no more ice chewing. I'll just swallow my ice.
I feel bad for Aaron. Let him chew his ice. You chew your ice, bro.
You chew your sunflower seeds. I don't get to choose my ice.
Yeah, but I don't chew my sunflower seeds in front of the mic.
I know, with that ice.
You sound like this.
Like I can hear you in my headphones.
I'm like way over here chewing.
No, you weren't.
All right.
Anyways, a lot of news happened despite the fact that we're at the 50-minute mark.
Yeah.
So let's get to it. A small event has started. I believe it's still going on right now.
Yeah.
A small event called Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah.
Tokyo is in Japan. A lot of these games are, all of these games are Japanese. Yeah. But
JRPGs.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
A lot of them though. But anyways,
The most exciting one is
Yeah.
to me.
the most exciting ones, plural. You did that on purpose. You 100% did that
Yeah,
on
It's
purpose.
not. You can do that
You're
all
not
you
even
want because you're the one who's
It's
gonna.
because we don't get sound bites in this room. That's why.
Well, I mean that's
All
fine
right,
because
all right.
Elvin's gonna have to edit all this, so whatever.
This is the worst day of my life. There was a game that got announced probably like 1100 years ago called Final Fantasy 13 Versus.
I think it was 2008.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So let's say it's 2008, right? That's what, 6 years ago. Final Fantasy 13 Versus got announced, and
Is it 06 or 08? I can't
it was a
remember.
long time ago.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was like they're like, hey, we're gonna take I was gonna say Call of Duty. They're gonna take Final Fantasy in a new direction. It's not gonna be turn based anymore. It's gonna be an action RPG. You're gonna walk around, press a button, and swing your sword. It's gonna be super fast paced. And the trailer looked so awesome.
Yeah,
it looked
did.
like the
It
most
looked so
amazing
cool.
thing. And this was like almost a decade ago.
Yeah.
And after a while, they showed another trailer for it, and then there was just like a three year like media blackout from it.
Yep,
And then
heard
not this E3 that passed, but the E3 before, right? They were like, yeah. Not that in E3 2013, they are like, they showed a trailer for it again, and I was like, oh, it's awesome. And they showed at the end, it said Final Fantasy 13 Versus, and I was like, yeah. And then the 13 Versus fell off. I was like, oh, what's going on? And then 15 came. I was like,
up.
oh, which is really bad that you take that long to make a game that by the time it should come out, it's 1.5 added to the original thing. Like that's not good. But
Well, they had to because they made all those Lightning games.
yeah, I know, those was the worst. Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we're
relax.
not gonna get into that.
Anyways, I've mentioned on this podcast several times that I am a hardcore Final Fantasy fan, and Final Fantasy 13 came out. I was like, Final Fantasy 14 was an online one,
game.
and even that was like,
Yeah.
But then they brought it back, and it's pretty good. But Final Fantasy 15, they put out a trailer last night. Boy, oh boy, does that trailer look amazing!
Yes, it does.
And like the thing that's cool, and I don't know if this is gonna make you care more or less, Elvin, but a lot of these Final Fantasy games, especially the older ones, the ones for like Super Nintendo and stuff, it's like knights and wizards and stuff like that. In this, I still don't fully understand the storyline, but there's like a prince who's involved, and he's kind of like the main character, but he has some type of power. But in the trailer, it shows them like just driving around in like a car, in like a Lexus, in like a really nice car.
In a-
It's like
in a-
It's not a
GTA?
Lexus. It's not a Lexus. That was
It's like some sort of long convertible car.
Yeah, and they're just like driving through these fields, and there's like these giant dinosaur things. They just get out and they just start killing them. But it's in video game. I mean, it's in gameplay, and I'm like, man, this looks amazing.
Yeah. it
What
looks
are your
crazy.
thoughts, Alicia?
I'm excited for
How'd you
it.
feel when you made it?
Everybody was excited for it. And even now as you're saying it, I see the trailer going through my head, and
Yeah,
all I
me
can
too.
hear in my head is the boys are back in town because it's like four dudes
Yeah,
in
I
a
know,
car,
right? It's just
and
a
they
whole bunch of
they're hopping out and they're just like fighting people and monsters and everything else like that.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for it because I hated Final Fantasy 13.
Oh yeah, it was horrible.
I never played 14, so I'm like, y'all need to come up with something.
The thing that's crazy, right, is like I loved Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, not 11. 12 was pretty cool. But obviously, like anytime I played any of these games and I beat them, I'm like, man, I would love a direct sequel to 7. I would love a direct sequel to 8. I would love a direct sequel to 9. They did one for 10. I was like, hey, make a 10-3. Like, I don't care. It looks awesome. The one they chose to do not only a sequel on, but another sequel
Two
on
sequels on it.
was like arguably the worst one.
The one that everyone hated, and they pushed Lightning so hard. They're like, "This is everyone's favorite character." Everyone's like, "We don't like her.
Yeah, she's just like
the worst."
she's
They're like,
just-
"No, she's great. How about in the third one, we just take out her personality completely?
Yeah, no, that game,
so
that
she
game
has
was a
no
mess.
personality. She can't have emotions. Yeah, this is great.
You guys getting it for PS4?
I don't know if they announced the
I am.
systems yet. Did they?
Yeah, well, they announced a while ago that it was going to be cross-platform.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll probably get it for PS4 just
Yeah.
because
I cannot. Yeah, I cannot play a Final Fantasy on an X. I don't have an Xbox One, but I couldn't even play it like on my Xbox 360. It has to. It has to be. Yeah, it is sacrilegious. It's like kind of like Aaron needs all his shooters on like Xbox One. I need all my Final Fantasies on PlayStation
Yeah,
systems.
yeah, makes sense.
It totally makes sense. The thing I found interesting about this is they also announced that the director of the game left.
Yep.
Now, there's a lot of rumors, I mean, that one of the things, and this has just been saying, they've been saying this for like the last year or two, is that he's just, I can't remember his name, but he's super duper indecisive. So like he'll constantly change up a style of the game based on something he sees. Like he's like, oh man, we need to make the game more like this. So they're saying that's why it took so long to come out. So he left, and he's also making Kingdom Hearts 3, which is another game that's been in development.
Oh yeah,
for the course of like, for the course of like a century.
Yeah. And they said he left to, I think he left to do Kingdom Hearts 3, right? To pay more attention to that because he was spread across both games.
Yeah. I'm like, that's exactly what he did. He stopped for that, and I'm like, that's cool. Hopefully that means this actually comes out within the next 20 years.
Kingdom Hearts has been forever.
Yeah, it's been totally ridiculous.
How's that? What is that guy doing?
I don't know.
He needs to get it together and pick one. That's probably why he left one, so he can actually
get
something out.
Something done. Yeah.
Yeah, because at this rate, like, it's not gonna happen until Jay goes to college. We're gonna be sitting here like, oh, hey, Kingdom Hearts 3 finally came out, like on PlayStation 7.
Yeah. Shouts out to Jade. So next we're gonna talk about a little game called Bloodborne. So
Bloodborne.
From Soft's Bloodborne.
Wait,
From what?
No, that's the name of. It's called From Software. But when you said From Soft Blood, I was like, oh, that sounds like the name of the weaker vampires that the elder vampires call them.
Yeah.
Soft blood.
From Software.
He's one of the soft bloods.
He's a muggle.
Yeah.
Shut up, soft blood.
I was trying to think of something else. White Knuckles. That's like the small, weak gorilla. You know, this is a slippery slope. Let's just stop.
I was about to do a Bloods and Crips like joke. Like, he's a soft blood.
All right. So
Bloodborne.
made by From Software.
Yes.
It is a spiritual sequel to the Souls games.
Soul series.
Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2.
And Demon Souls.
And Demon Souls. And
which is their distant cousin.
Yeah, Demon Souls is apparently harder than all of the other ones, which sounds a scary thought. Anyways, really looking forward to this game. It's apparently going to be super hard. But the big news is
they released a trailer for it.
But the bigger news is
the trailer's really scary.
The biggest news is they have a release date
for America.
America.
Yep.
So yeah, I was pretty excited for it because originally everyone was like announcing the Japanese launch date as if that was an American launch date. They were like, "Hey man, it's coming out February in Japan." I'm like, "That's cool, but that doesn't do anything for me." You know, for instance, Smash Brothers came out a week ago in Japan. We're not gonna get it for like 2 or 3 more weeks. You know.
Yeah.
So it was kind of it wasn't indicative of anything. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, cool. Like, I didn't really care, but now we have an official date, and it is February 6th.
What year?
2017.
It's just you said it so low with no enthusiasm. Like,
actually, that was meant to sound dramatic.
It sounded like you were dying.
It's supposed to be dramatic because
no, but it sounded like you were dying. It's like
February 6th.
February.
That's
6th.
also dramatic. If I'm dying, that's dramatic. What trumps dramatic than me dying?
No, you have to are you ready for
Rocktober?
February 6th.
Whoa. No.
Is it coming out in October?
No.
Because if it did, it'd be
Rocktober. It's coming out
Bestuary.
Oh,
Bestuary.
Rockberry.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, it does. Anyways, one of the things, the thing that's awesome about this is Aaron, you haven't played any of the Dark Souls games, right?
No, I never have.
I'm pretty sure you're going to play Bloodborne just because there's going to be a lot of buzz and you're going to want to try it.
Okay.
But these games are well known for being hard. But the thing that's frustrating about it, the reason why I could never really get into it is the way it was hard, right? Was pretty much an expert Dark Souls player knew that this is how it worked. You would hit an enemy, you jump back. I'd literally jump back away from the. I got really into it. You jump back. Wait for them to miss their couple attacks, go back in, hit, jump back. And it's kind of that's cool because I guess it's difficult and it's tough and it's challenging and it's hardcore. But it it doesn't break it. It just makes the game a lot slower than it should be. I mean, you could still be hard and fast paced. You know what I mean? Like the original Devil May Cry, Beautiful Joe. Like if you played Beautiful Joe had 2 difficulties: kid mode and adult mode. Adult mode was stupidly hard, and it was ridiculously fast paced. The new Ninja Gaiden games, ridiculously fast paced, incredibly hard. So what I like is I think the system they have is called Fight for Your Life. In this game, it's like you get hit and your health is gone, but you have like a portion of your health that can come back if you hit the enemy back right away. So that totally throws out the idea of, all right, hit him, now hide in the corner for 5 minutes.
Like Destiny.
All right, go back and hit him now. Like in this, it's like, oh, it's just like that's supposed to be the sound of 2 people punching each other.
I thought it was Aaron eating more ice.
Yeah.
But anyways, got an official day, and in the trailer, and this is what really got me. They weren't really like, by the way, you're gonna be able to play multiplayer. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some type of multiplayer.
Yeah.
But in the Dark Souls game, like the way it worked was like multiplayer super complex. It's like you could join, like there's all these different covenants you can join. They're like clubs. Like that's a cute way of putting them. They're clubs. And if me and you are in the same club, I can summon you into my game in the form of like a spirit or something like that, and you only last as long as I live or you live or something.
Or I can
like
summon
that.
you because I'm not gonna go if you summon me.
Yeah, I don't expect you to do that.
Wasn't that the pebble thing?
The pebble thing.
Like, wasn't in the Souls games like you had to drop a pebble or whatever?
You had to drop a sign.
Yeah, and the person had to like find the sign.
Yeah, no.
Because I remember my friends were trying to find each other. Like it was so complex on how to do it that my friends were trying to find each other for like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
like we're in a hangout. He's like, is this your? No, that's not yours. Like,
yeah, and it's like
trying to find each other.
It's so convoluted just to play with somebody that it's not worth it. Like, but in this one. I mean, like I said, they didn't talk about it, but in the trailer, it just showed like 2 dudes just killing dudes. Like, so if this, I'm telling you guys this. I'm telling you, this is coming from somebody who thinks Metal Gear Solid 5, which is officially going to come out in 2015, is going to be the best game ever. If this game has like a full-fledged normal co-op, I can't explain to you how amazing it's going to be. Like
it also looked like there was guns in it too. In the
there are blunderbusses.
Yeah,
blunderbusses. Which is just a
gun.
It's just it's the translation for gun in video game. No, they're like the old school like black powder guns. They're like muskets.
Okay.
Yeah.
They call them I don't know, but blunderbuss. But actually,
they look like god killers.
Yeah, they have like giant. They have like giant funnel cannons and stuff.
Like, poosh, and then it's just like this giant, massive.
I wish everyone could see Alisha and Zach trying to describe with their hands what these things are.
Gesticulating.
Yeah. But another piece of news, almost going back on the Final Fantasy news, is so there was a game that came out for PSP, not PS Vita, PSP, called Final Fantasy Type 0. And it came out in Japan, and they were like, oh, we'll bring it to the West eventually, and they never did.
Wow.
PSP was a long time ago. So now they're bringing it to America. And
in October?
It's going to be, in March. It's going to be for PS4, and it's going to be for Xbox One, and it's going to have like up-res HD graphics.
HD remake.
So, but this is an HD remake. I don't mind because it's technically. I mean, it feels like.
Don't get me started on this
no,
remake crap.
It wasn't released in America.
Yeah,
okay,
so it's like an HD.
So it's
like an HD create.
So unless you literally had it imported, did all this stuff to play it,
and then learn Japanese.
So it wasn't like, remember that game you bought 8 months ago.
Yeah, no.
It's like, remember that game
we told you was gonna come out eventually. Yeah. Well, eventually has finally shown up.
Remember that game you wanted so bad, but we told you no. Here you go.
We have nothing else to do here.
Anyways,
yeah, exactly.
Oh, I can't wait for this next topic. Aaron's gonna go on a rant about this. A good rant. Yeah, so anyways, Final Fantasy.
Look at that. Aaron,
he has like these murder eyes right now. But anyways, Final Fantasy 50. I love it. He didn't even chime in. He's just like, yeah, man, let them think.
Dude, Aaron is just rocking back and forth, not saying anything. It's really freaky, dude. If the lights went out right now, I will run out of this room. I will run the hell out of here and leave all of you.
I was gonna reach for the lights, but I'm too tired.
They call me Tiddlywinks. Go ahead.
What?
I don't know. Anyways, with
They
this
call you Icebreaker.
with this Type 0 release coming out in March, it's actually going to be a demo for Final Fantasy 15, which is a huge deal because there's usually not demos for these Final Fantasy games.
There's no beta or anything for Final Fantasy?
I mean, it's just a game. It's betas pretty much only happen for online games, and to my knowledge, unless they pull some random announcement out, this game isn't going to be online because no Final Fantasy. I mean, they have like a few Final Fantasies that are online only,
But those are like more like MMOs.
yeah, it's just like World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy land.
form.
Yeah, so anyways, really excited for both of those games actually.
Go
Now,
get a Chocobo.
Here's the one. Are you ready, Aaron?
Yes.
PS Now on PS3.
Yay! For everybody who has been playing those PS3 games and you've already bought, now you can pay again to play them again! Yay! PS3 Now! PlayStation Now, the rental service for nobody. Come on, man. Come on.
Come on, man.
Come on. Dude, this just buy that PlayStation 3 that can play all backwards compatible PS2 and PS1 games like the one I have inside my house, and you are good to go.
You lucked out and get it.
Yeah, I might.
They're hard to find, man.
Some may say I lucked out, but I paid money for it.
No,
How
wait,
about
there's
that?
some.
No, but they're hard to find.
Wait, explain
That's
to
the
me.
whole point. Okay, the first batch of PlayStation 3s that came out, there was two different ones you could buy. One would let you play games backwards compatible.
Yes.
And the other one you couldn't. And then after that, they basically stopped it.
Mm-hmm.
That's really stupid.
So
I
yeah,
scored
so that
one.
was only like the first batch. So when I camped out in line with my grandma for our Wii's and like PS3s, she got a backwards compatible PS3.
Man.
Why-
So
did
every
they
time I go
stop
to
it?
her house, I'm like looking. I'm like, I want that so bad.
Why did they
like I
stop
just
it?
look over at her PS3, like you have no idea.
I think
what
it was
you
too
have.
expensive.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, and here's
Because remember when the PS3 came out originally, it was like insane. It was an insane amount of money, and they're like, people are gonna get second jobs to buy this system.
yeah, PS3s. By the way, Alvin, PS3s launched like, I mean, if you think the Xbox One launch was ridiculous, like prior to them backtracking and everything, PS3 was arguably worse. It was like, I can't remember. It was some ludicrous amount. I think it was like 700, and I mean, my brother bought one.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they're like, and I remember this, and I will forever remember this. And as much as I love PlayStation, and I love PlayStation, there was like a Sony exec that said probably the most scumbaggy thing I've ever heard in an interview. They're like the interviewer was like, a lot of people think that's a hefty price point. Don't you think that? He's like, it's not a hefty price point if it's a good bargain. It's like, no. If you sell me a $5 trillion house for $1 trillion, it's still $1 trillion,
Yeah,
bro.
this is the same guy who does the HD remakes.
Yeah, I know.
The same guy that said that is the same guy that does that.
But like, and he was saying,
Last of Us. Oh, you bought that 8 months ago. Guess what?
yeah,
Here's a new game.
Pretty much.
I wonder if the prices are a little bit cheaper per rental. I have not checked that out
PlayStation
yet.
Now,
PlayStation 3 for now.
they have well, PlayStation Now in general, the prices have dropped. They're still not great. But like I was trying to convince my sister like to get a PlayStation TV because I think
Which
when
I'm
it comes
excited
out,
for, yeah.
yeah, no, me too. Which I think is gonna have a PlayStation Now. I can't remember, but I was looking at the prices and they're better. They're still I'm not gonna do that, but they're still better. I can't. I feel like we spent like 5 podcasts saying this, but I will say this again: make a subscription service.
Subscription.
It like seriously, you can charge me $200 a year. I will pay $200 a year to be able to stream all of the PlayStation games from any
Can you
PlayStation.
imagine?
Like that is like $200 is a ludicrous amount. But like I would pay that for being able to play any PlayStation game ever as much as I want to, instead of
Yeah.
$9 to play a game for a week. No, I'm not going to do that, bro.
Dude, that would knock it out of the park, man.
Seriously.
That would knock it out of the park. If you think about maybe getting a PlayStation and they offer that?
Yeah.
They offer that? Dude, are you kidding me?
Still in beta.
Still in beta, yeah.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be. Remember, we talked about
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be in beta for a really long time.
In the meantime, while it's in beta, they're trying to rack up some money in the meantime before hopefully they go to a subscription service, which would make only as much
Well, they
sense in
said
the
that
world.
lots of people who like work for Sony have mentioned that. Yeah, they're looking into
Yeah, no,
it.
like I mean, they've come out and said, yeah, we're gonna do a subscription service, but they haven't given any detail. Because originally, when they announced it, they're like, yeah, we're gonna do a subscription service, and then when the prices came out, everyone was like, that's horrible, and dude was like, don't worry, we're still going to do it, but they no details yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still coming. It's still coming to, I think, PlayStation to Sony TVs. They're still going to do PlayStation Now on that. They're going to do it to tablets, and they're still going to do it to the Vita.
Yeah.
And I think they actually, like, just last week at IFA, which I think it's called IFA, some tech convention, they revealed 2 more Sony phones that will be able to do remote play.
Yeah.
And I think maybe PlayStation Now, I don't know, but. So they still have more things they're going to do it for, and they're still technically. They said they're going to include PS2 games and PS1 games and PSP games. So that I mean, there's still so much work to be done, but
Yeah, a lot of these PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 games are less than $10. I'd say so, maybe even
less than
that.
zero.
They
Less than
also-
zeros.
Oh, they're
So for you to rent these prices for only a
garbage.
little bit of time, that's just crazy. I mean, I'm lucky to have that PlayStation 3.
Wait,
where I can
is
just
that
go ahead
time
and-
thing still on that
it's still
stupid
in,
thing?
Yeah, it's still in
Still
beta.
going.
Oh my
It's
god.
basically it's literally the same, but they just lowered the price because it's still in beta.
Well, it's not hefty if it's a bargain, so
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah, right.
I mean-
and the same dude said, "Hey, this thing has a Blu-ray player in it," and this was in like what year did it come out, Alicia?
A PS3 like 07?
What,
Yeah, I
what
think
year did you
also-
develop that system?
Yeah, I know.
What
She was just
you
like
have to
accessing
realize?
data.
What you have to realize too, though, to be fair, a lot of people were buying PS3s because it was the cheapest Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this
And that was insane. Like they're like, oh, Blu-ray, but that was also the time where Sony went Blu-ray, 360 went HD DVD, and then
Yeah.
it came out to okay, who's gonna win the race for the next quality, and
in Bluray one. But
because
the thing,
porn went Blu-ray.
is that
exactly
why?
why.
The porn
Yeah,
industry
yeah.
is the one that always sets the medium,
Yeah.
All right.
and that's why Betamax died because porn went VHS.
Yeah, yeah.
I learned something today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, I mean like, and I agree that was a bargain. I mean, I think Blu-ray players cost like what, $1,000 at that point.
It was something stupid.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this was when they were.
This was
Blu-rays
when they
were
launched.
fresh.
It was crazy.
fresh off the market or whatever. It was $700 for a Blu-ray player and a video game system.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So they were like, we're just gonna buy this and use it as a Blu-ray
The
player.
true atrocity in that situation, though, is the fact that he said it's not a bad price because it's a bargain.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's still
Yeah.
ridiculously expensive. You know what I mean? Like,
But remember, they were saying like back when that pitch, that was when the PS3 is gonna power your house. Like it was like all this crazy stuff that was being said about
It
what
only
the
does
PS3
everything.
could do.
yeah.
Hey, look. if
That's
you-
that's right. That was their thing, and
It
it was
only
so
does everything.
It was so funny because there was a lot of PS3s that started breaking down at some point, and then that was their whole thing. They're like, it only does everything, and it would cycle between music, web, movies, and then that was how the commercials were. The commercial never said games. It just said it only does everything
Because everybody was buying it as a Blu-ray player.
Yeah, I think my PlayStation 3 can do more than just play the backwards compatible games. I think I'm able to get memory cards from PS2 and put them on the PS3
Yeah, well,
as well.
that's if you want to save on those.
you
games,
wanted
I
to
think.
save,
I don't
yeah.
know, but yeah, no, those
There's a lot more to it. I know
those
that.
first gen, like I remember me and my brother had the first gen ones. We didn't care to play backwards compatible games because, I mean,
Well, now you
at that
do.
point,
but-
now
now you do.
Now when it takes so much to make a game now,
Yeah.
I definitely do.
Yeah.
But at that point I didn't care. But some dude found out we did, and he was like, "Hey, I'll give you $1,000 for it."
Oh, wow.
And this is when they were like $400 or $500, and we were like.
Yeah.
I would have been like, yeah. My brother was like, no, I will not let go of this. This is part of my soul. I hope he listens to this. I just imagine him. He's just like working on his art.
He probably got so mad about it too.
What? Don't make fun of my voice. But anyways,
Elvin.
next piece of news.
One more thing, Elvin, and just real quick, that's what makes the Wii U so great: backwards compatibility.
Really?
Backwards compatibility. Play
But
all
it-
the Wii games,
And it's black, right?
and it's black.
Okay, we're good.
Good.
The only problem with that is there's not a lot of Wii U games that are good. I mean, there's not a lot of Wii games that are good.
I know.
That's not true. I saw you guys do a Hollywood Squares.
No, I said
Game
not
of
a
the
lot
year.
of games that are
No, no.
good, not groundbreaking.
There's a handful of them. There's a
Game
handful
of the
them.
year, the best game ever made.
Yeah. No, there's some good Wii games.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, the 2 Mario Galaxy games, which are amazing.
Funny when you guys talk about good Wii games, everything starts with Mario.
Yeah.
Because
well,
it's
because
all-
it's Nintendo first party.
Yeah.
Like
I mean-
all a majority of Nintendo games are good.
Yeah, because
Like,
when Wii came out, all I heard from people was the sports thing, like playing tennis or playing
Well,
golf.
that's because
Well, that's
it came
because that was
with it.
Wii U. That's
They
Wii Sports.
came with it.
Okay.
Like
Wii
Nintendo
Wii's came out with Wii
classic,
Sports.
classic Nintendo. They're like Wii Sports is the. They're like Wii Sports is officially the best-selling software we have, and it's like, well, it's like, yeah,
because in the
you
package.
can't play a Wii without one. Like the only way you have a Wii is if you have one of those.
Right.
The only way that didn't happen is if someone stole a Wii U from a store and he was running, but he had too much weight, so he just started throwing random things out and he threw out the Wii Sports.
Out of the
but
box.
I really don't think that happened too often.
No.
But anyway,
One more
speaking
thing.
of,
One more thing. Elvin, look into my eyes.
Yeah.
The coolest thing about it, you probably don't know this, but the Wii U can play Wii games, the Wii can play GameCube games, and the GameCube can play if you have a Game Boy Advance Game Boy player, Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color games.
Really? What color is it though?
Yeah, okay.
Is it black?
No, it's purple.
Oh, I'm not getting
wait,
it.
what's purple?
Well, no, actually, there's a lot of different colors. You can get a black GameCube. Yeah.
What are we talking? Oh, GameCube.
I'm talking about the
Yeah.
Wii. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the Wii.
Wii
The
is
GameCube
white.
was like literally a cube, right?
There's a
The
black
GameCube
Wii.
was a cube.
There's
Yeah.
a black Wii, isn't
There
there?
was a black Wii that came out,
And there was a
but
red one.
The black Wii that came out isn't. I believe it's not. You can't plug GameCube controllers into it.
What?
Oh, it's like the Wii Mini. Anyways,
Yeah.
whatever. We're not gonna get into the hard drive of a Nintendo.
There's
that
like
nightmarish
something.
circle.
There's something they took out for the black one. I can't remember. It's either or you can't plug in controllers, but you can't plug in like your GameCube memory cards or something. Like they did something to alter the black one. I never worried about it because I only had the white one.
Yeah. Next piece of news: Smash Brothers came out for 3DS in Japan, and did pretty bad.
Yeah, did awful.
It sold $1 million million copies in 2 days. So there's that.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah. Well, how many people are in Japan?
100,000.
Wow. So
they're buying
everybody bought
multiple-
10 of these.
Is this
So
after
this is-
Godzilla came out
this
or
is
before?
A big. That's a pretty big deal for
Yeah,
3DS
no,
Smash
that's-
Brothers.
Wow.
Game.
I mean, because it's like,
Well, it's like a source of national pride, right? Like, aren't Japanese people forced to buy a Nintendo game, or they're not Japanese?
No,
no, I don't
that,
think.
Really?
that is not.
Don't
how that
think
works.
that's how it works.
Pretty sure that's not.
But-
That's,
Anyway,
That's
the thing about it for me is with Smash is I kind of don't care about the 3DS version. Now, granted, I think as of today, the demo is going on for 3DS. I want to play
On
the,
the
demo
19th.
on the
The demo
19th.
comes out.
Okay, so it comes out in 2 hours. I want to play the 3DS version just because I want to play new Smash Brothers. But the idea, I'm trying to think of something to compare this to, Elvin. But Smash Brothers is a game where you fight across all these other games on the same screen, typically with friends. So the idea that Nintendo came out and said, we're going to put it on the Wii U and the 3DS, and everyone's like, or at least I thought everyone was going to be like, 3DS. And then they were like, we're going to put it out on the 3DS first. I was like, that is stupid. No one's going to buy that because it's like, it's a game that is 100% made to play with
In your
friends.
living room.
Yeah, like, seriously.
you have to realize in Japan,
They don't have living
I love how you
rooms.
said it like Japan.
in Japan,
You said-
they are mainly these are people who are mainly like mobile games,
Yeah.
mobile everything, mobile phones.
And they don't have living
and
rooms
stuff
in
like that.
Japan.
No, they do
Probably
have
not.
living
They
rooms in
do have
Japan.
living
Well,
They're
in
just
Aaron's
small.
defense, if you know what it's like to live in Japan,
They're really small.
It's
They're
really
very
small.
small spaces. So with a
So-
lot of them, they're like people keep saying, "Oh, the Japanese are moving away from the console experience."
Yeah.
Especially because of like people always made jokes like when they saw the PS4 and the Xbox One, they're like, "Oh, people aren't gonna buy those because they're bigger than people's rooms."
Yeah, no, they are massive.
Yeah,
But,
so this totally makes sense to me. The only thing is like I wrote when I did the news piece, people's 3DSs are breaking because they're playing Smash Brothers so hard, like it's just jacking up their 3DSs.
Yeah.
So
And like,
I still haven't seen what this game looks like.
Duck Hunt Dog.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll show it to you.
Well, we're gonna have a tournament here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you have
Yeah,
you
man.
have no clue what it looks like.
yeah. I don't care.
I watched a little bit on Twitch.
I just want to drink. How's that?
Yeah, I watched a little bit on Twitch, but you don't really get a super clear feed on Twitch, so I don't want to
Yeah.
make any first impressions of it.
Well, when is it supposed to be released here?
So it's coming out in like 2 weeks for 3DS, right? But the
No, wait.
For Wii, you talking about Wii U?
No, but
No,
in 2 weeks.
For
That's
three-
in
2
October,
or 3
right?
weeks. Yeah,
Oh
it
my
comes out
gosh.
for 3DS.
But in October?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah, but no one.
In
knows.
Rocktober!
I didn't even
Did you,
realize.
I said, "Oh my gosh,"
Yeah.
twice. I knew this was coming.
I was like, why are you upset, Aaron? Okay.
Rocktober.
So yeah, it comes out in 2 weeks for the 3DS.
And they don't have an official date for the Wii U,
No.
but there's like a lot of leaked sources that say, excuse me, I bleeped.
Black Friday
Excuse me,
watch.
I bleeped again.
You think so?
That's what I was going to get to.
Yeah.
There is a lot of sources that say it's coming out on the 21st of November.
Is your source Alisha?
No, it's not. No, it's not my source. It's just leaks online
Leaks
saying
online are
like
saying-
different retailers
Retailers
have, like,
are starting to list it and stuff like that.
as
okay.
November 21st, and that would make sense. That's 1 week prior. I know that's literally 7 days before Black Friday. I know this because my birthday is November 27th, which is Thanksgiving this year, which is going to be awkward.
That's a great day to have a freaking birthday
That's
on.
a horrible
It's a
day.
horrible
Are you
day.
kidding me? That's a great
It's like,
meal day.
hey guys, want to hang out on my birthday? No, I'm eating turkey with
you
my
get,
family
you get
and
football,
pretending
food,
like I
and
like
presents.
Hey,
Are we gonna record a podcast?
Hey, we gotta. Oh,
I forgot.
we're frying a turkey that day.
them. Yeah, we're having a turkey cast.
Deep fried turkeys
Fried
Deep fried
turkey.
turkey cast.
and Oreos.
Ew.
Deep fried Oreos. No,
No.
hey, delicious.
No.
Whoa.
I will say this.
Yes.
No,
Oh, dude.
the idea of people deep frying stuff upsets me. Everyone's like, bro, you got to try this deep fried Pepto-Bismol and all this other stuff. But I had a deep fried Oreo, and boy, oh boy, did
Yeah.
it change my
Yeah.
life.
It is.
Mainly because I almost died.
Did you have it here?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Delicious.
Oh man.
The Elvin's house of deep fried Oreos.
Yeah, seriously.
Anyways, I'm excited for it. They don't have an official date. A lot of things are saying the 21st.
And I guarantee you there's gonna be a Wii U bundle for it.
For sure.
I hope so. I mean, I hope so. I think.
I guarantee.
No,
you.
I think there's gonna be one. I just
Yeah.
don't know if it's gonna come
If
out.
there
in
was a
time.
bundle with that and Mario Kart at the same time, I would buy it.
That'd be
You're
You're gonna
awesome.
buy-
It's not
you're
gonna,
gonna buy it regardless.
yeah.
You know, I wouldn't put it past. I would not put it past that to actually happen, but to download the game, not to get the physical copy of Mario
I think it'll
Kart 8.
happen in 2 or 3 years.
Because when Mario Kart 8 bundle came out, you had a choice of 4 games, okay? But I know these games came out the same year, but I wouldn't put it past Nintendo to do something like that.
I don't know. I think that's too much because I mean Mario Kart 8 is still gonna sell this fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like believe it or not,
It's
especially with
still
that
gonna
DLC.
sell, especially and Christmas time. It's gonna sell.
Because
Yeah.
you're
Your
also
parents
still
still haven't bought it.
you're in this bundle. You're definitely getting probably an amiibo with this bundle.
Well, I mean that's the thing. They already officially confirmed that there's an Amiibo Wii U Smash Brothers bundle, but not the actual console yet. And I mean like that would make sense. It would be so pointless and dumb of them not to do that.
Yeah.
But I feel like they would have said something by now, or it would have been leaked. I don't know. Me personally, I haven't seen anything online saying that. Yeah, there's like we have supposed screens of what's going to be a bundle. Like nothing. I hope there is.
Well, we
Well, I
talk
think so.
about
They just came out with 3DS screens for the 3DS.
we talk about how Nintendo is horrible at business,
things.
right? In marketing, like.
Well, they wouldn't drop the ball with this though.
All right.
Because if you talk to everyone, especially people who are like fans of stuff of Nintendo stuff, literally everyone who has waited on the purchasing the Wii U is the one thing that they've been waiting on is Smash.
It was either
And
Mario
so-
Kart or Smash.
So they're like, oh, I gotta get it. So everyone now, it seems as if everyone's just like, well, I'm just waiting for the bundle.
You guys pretty much have no doubt it's going to come out by the end of the year.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
sure.
mean, I think it is now that there's all of these like really credible leaks.
Yeah.
But I thought originally that it wasn't going to be. Like a week ago on our last podcast, I said I didn't think it was going to be because like the creator Sakurai has said a lot of things like saying, "Hey, we haven't put out a release date because we have to keep making changes to the games and stuff
Yeah.
like that." So that sounds scary to me, you know.
And they already
But,
said they're gonna change Peach.
Yeah, and they took out Ice Climbers, and they took out Ice Climbers for the 3DS version. I don't know if that means because they said the 3DS couldn't handle 5 characters.
Yeah.
So
On the
anyways.
screen at the same time.
Yeah, so I'm actually looking very, 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 very much forward to trying that tomorrow, even though, yeah, whatever. Last week we talked about Hideo Kojima, creator of Metal Gear Solid, tweeted something. Oh, you don't even know this, Alvin. This is gonna frustrate you greatly, rightfully so.
Yeah.
He tweeted something called MGS Collection 2014, and everyone thought it was gonna be like every Metal Gear Solid game or something like that. Nah, it's a clothing line. Like, that's it. He was like, MGS Collection 2014, and it's just like a whole bunch of bag. I mean, granted, that's like one of my favorite genres ever, and I will buy all of those. But like, I was like, really? And they also showed that there's like a white PS4 themed after, like, in Metal Gear Solid 5, you play as Snake, or Big Boss, but you have your own your mercenary company. It's called like Diamond Dogs. So there's like a white PS4 with like the Diamond Dogs insignia on it. So that's cool. But
So what are they selling? Guns and robots?
No, it's
like what the hell? What clothing line is
I
this?
think they had like models on stage. I think they
Like,
had like
beat up old men? Like,
no, it's like
There's
hood-
a lot of
they're like
like nerd
hood-
clothing.
hoodies.
There's
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's a company right now that's selling Assassin's Creed like
yeah, I
hoodies.
saw him. Yeah,
You
the
keep
Gamer
seeing
Heaven
that.
or something.
Yeah, you keep seeing the different.
I tried to get
Which
one
one?
twice, and they both came extra small when they said.
Oh, that's right.
XXXL.
Aaron's been wronged. Aaron's been wronged multiple times by that company.
It said XXXL.
You need to look at the.
Why do you need a
size charts.
3XL? You're like skinny.
Well, why didn't get a 3XL?
That doesn't change.
No, it said 3XL.
You
for
realize
like
that a lot of these companies are
little
Taiwan,
5-year-olds.
and that's how
Yeah,
Taiwan
the size
sizes
difference.
are.
The
Look,
size
man,
difference.
people need to grow. I'm tired of this stuff.
What
Or
are
man.
you
you need
talking
to, or
about?
you need to research what you're doing before you make
Hey,
purchases
if it's
online.
advertised in America, I assume I'll get my clothes XXL to be XXL.
No, I'll agree. I'll agree with Aaron. I'll agree with Aaron.
No, that's
wrong.
not
That's
how that
wrong.
works.
How is that not how that works? If I want clothes in the men's section that are XXXL, I don't expect it to be the size of a 4-year-old boy who doesn't know how to cross the road and has 2 eyes to look back and forth. I don't know why I even said that.
What?
Just understand this.
No,
That clothes was meant for that boy did not know how to cross the street.
That's
but
not
I know
what-
how,
that's
I
not-
know how to cross the
That's
street.
not what clothes are for.
That's not what clothes are
It's
for.
like now
You
that you
gotta
have
wear
your
clothes.
shirt on.
That's not how that works.
Aaron.
Maybe
No. Like, here's my reasoning.
Oh my God.
If my grandma calls me and she goes, "Hey, I want to get you a shirt for Christmas,"
Yeah.
I go, "That's great," and she's gonna ask me what size I am. I'm gonna say
Uh-huh.
extra large. And when she buys me that shirt, my grandma's gonna expect it to fit me.
Yeah.
If it comes in at 5 sizes smaller and it says XL on it, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Yeah.
But here's the difference, though.
Well, how is this the difference? It's
I'm
that
about- I'm-
simple.
I am
he's
going
about
to explain.
it.
If you say, "Hey, Grandma, I want a shirt," and she says, "Where from?" and you say, just a black shirt with like a tool on it,"
Yeah,
she's gonna go to Hot Topic and she's gonna find you that.
yeah.
If she wants something like an Assassin's Creed hoodie that she can only order from most likely an international place, once you start seeing Euro signs on the checkout page, you got to realize there's going to be some more things different.
Nope.
There were not Euro signs on the. It was Dealman.
That was-
.com. Sounds
Yeah.
very American to me.
Yeah.
You did not do your research. If
Well,
you're
yeah,
buying,
what-
if you're buying any clothes online where you have all these companies that can put anything in English, set up a shopping cart in English, and all these things, you have to look at it. You have to pay attention to it.
It says man.
Or-
It didn't say child. It said
It doesn't
man.
matter because that's a men's size.
Maybe
in
maybe I
Taiwan.
should have looked for a giant. Would that have worked?
No,
They don't have giant size.
No, I got your back on this one, Aaron.
no.
No.
I'm crazy for ordering a men's 3XL.
No, you're crazy because
A
you
hoodie,
didn't. You're
and I
crazy
don't
because
get
you
a-
didn't look at a size chart. That's what makes you crazy. If you're ordering stuff online, you always look at a size chart. You always pay attention to what
Yeah,
you're
it said
doing.
what
I
size you want.
100% do that.
No,
Like,
so
that's
yeah,
what you do.
so I guess the lesson here is, Aaron, don't buy any cars from Europe
Oh,
because it's gonna be a toy car, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a toy car. I
Why
have to
would you-
wind up.
Why would you?
At
That,
least
cars
you would've
have
said-
nothing.
you
Cars
should've
have
been
nothing
telling
to
us
do
it's
with.
car toy.
Cars have nothing to do with clothes.
you
You're
guys,
talking
you
about
so-
sizing. You're
I'm
saying
talking.
you're
I'm
saying
talking
stupid.
about clothing.
Are we even recording anymore?
we're recording, yeah.
No, I'm talking about clothing.
tell you
As
something.
okay, let me tell you something. As a fat girl who has been fat a majority of her life, who has had to order clothes off the internet in the beginning of the internet because I could not find fashionable clothing in my size, I knew better. I knew what to look for. You have to know what you look up. You know what a sizing chart is. You know what all that stuff is because it could say one size is this, but that doesn't count. It still counts nowadays when you're plus size shopping and you're trying to buy something and something is a 2X. You have to make sure that it's not a junior plus size or something else like that.
I've been 6'3". Hold on. I've been 6'3" since I was 7.
Okay.
I've never had this problem. All right.
You've been 6'3", and that's with online shopping.
That is a lie.
I have never
That
had
is a
this
liar,
problem.
and you have
And
not
you were
been-
you were
no.
shopping online this whole entire time.
I've shopped online before. I haven't had problems like this.
You've never looked at a size chart.
Even the mannequin looked tall. All right.
You've never looked at a size chart.
How would you know that? It's on a computer screen. It's gonna be
if
small
it
and
says
scale.
men's 3XXL,
All right.
Why
video
is it in
games.
little kid
So, anyways,
size?
back to video games and not Aaron's poor choices on buying clothing online.
it's not poor.
Not his fault.
It's poor choicing.
Not his fault. No.
All right. Anyways,
Learn what a size
How about
chart
that Battleborn, right?
Yeah.
What? What is
No,
that?
I just said it to throw everyone
I love
off.
that Elvin said yeah, but has no idea what
Oh,
Battleborn
I'm
is.
nodding the whole. I nod here for an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like
Battleborn.
So Battleborn, made by Gearbox, the dudes who made
Gearbox.
Borderlands, and they have fantastic writing and awesome art,
Mikey said it. They've been busy.
and they have.
Yeah, let's buy Mikey an extra large shirt. Let's see how he likes it.
I'm
So
gonna
Alisha
walk
can
out.
criticize him for
Yeah.
getting the wrong size when he said XXXL.
Yeah.
Because you can't read. That's the problem. If you read a size chart, you would know what you're purchasing.
Alicia, what would an XXL be on a shirt that you're saying is not on a size chart, but like you? What
Okay,
you're saying,
if
what you're
we
saying is
no,
that-
what I'm saying right now, if we were to go online right now,
yeah.
if we were to go to a woman's clothing
Why
site,
the fuck would I do that?
Oh, we went so long without gussing.
if we were to go to a woman's clothing site right now, if I was to try to go buy something from like Deb Shops or something like that, and I went and you saw a 3X, I can pull up 3 different size charts that have the same number of sizes, but they're all different.
Okay, are you guys ready for this? Watch this. Battleborn, made by Gearbox, first-person shooter, has cooperative and competitive elements. It has a very MOBA style thing where you level up per game instead of having an overarching level. Bam. GamerX is a convention that happens in California. This year was going to be their last one, but
In
they
San
actually,
Francisco.
yeah, in San Francisco, and it's about a lot of social. Even though it's called Gamer, it is GAYMERX. Even though
They spelled that wrong.
No, that's how they spell it.
it's he's
Yeah.
being sarcastic. They talk about a lot of like things like gender equality in video games, gender issues in video games, sexual orientation in video games, and just like equality in video games. Bam.
That anyone can attend. By
Anyone,
the way.
yeah, anyone can attend. Like,
It's not strictly
and-
for people who are
and
LGBTQ.
That's
there's
LGBTMN now. right?
LG.
No, there's 3 more letters.
No,
now.
there's it's LGBT.
LG
You threw me off. LGBTQA.
QA.
QA. Okay.
All right.
What is
Bam.
it? Questioning and
Allied.
Yeah,
Okay.
Allied.
So it comes back, and like everyone who's been there says that it's just like the best video game conference ever, just because like everyone there, it's just about people who love video games instead
And
of like
super positive.
instead of like just like marketers shoving video games down people's throats and stuff like that, and throwing out shirts and stuff. Bam. Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare, Momentum's coming back. If you don't know what Momentum is, that's because it was never called Momentum because it used to be called War. It's like capturing different objective points, except for it's in a straight line, so you're not catching different territory. You hear how angry I am, man.
Zach,
Right?
look, hey, look at you go, dude.
right.
Wow, look
This
at
is called
this.
the news
All
beat.
right.
This
Wow,
is,
this
news
is
beat
awesome.
Right here.
All right.
Traffic on the nines.
Instead of catching one of 4 random points, you catch 1 point and then another point and then another point. It's like tug of war with different objective points. Bam.
Yeah.
Last one. Microsoft buys Mojang in Minecraft for $2.5 billion.
Nice.
That's because Minecraft is big, and even though I don't necessarily like it, it's a cultural phenomenon, and kids love it. It's like interactive Legos. Bam. Thanks for watching Gamer and Gameless. I'm Zach.
Watching.
Wow.
Thanks for watching with your ears. Anyways, that's been Gamer and Gameless. I'm angry. And remember, you can check us out at
Best podcast
facebook.com/gamergameless. Or you can check us out on Twitter, our angry new Twitter at gamergameless, or on our website at gamergameless.com/furious.
Yeah,
You can also subscribe in iTunes and Stitcher. If you do, please leave a
Yeah,
comment.
And be angry.
And at some point, we're going to make T-shirts for Gamer and Gameless, but there'll be a chart there. But it's going to be called Spin the Wheel.
no.
Spin the Wheel, where you might get a small, you might get an XL, you never know. Because it doesn't matter what it says on the shirt.
And remember,
Spin
guys,
the wheel.
If
we're
Aaron orders
at-
it, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
remember, guys, if we're looking, we're
Size
looking for
charts.
people.
Zach's gonna kill all of us. So go ahead, Zach.
Not all
finish
of
it.
us.
We
He's
are
gonna
look-
kill you two.
We are looking for people to leave us honest iTunes reviews. So if you guys can do that, we'd appreciate it. We got a lot of ratings, which we love and appreciate, but we want to hear what you guys think of our stuff. So
Yes, but only good stuff though.
Also,
No,
shout out to the people who actually follow us on Facebook. And Elvin sent out stickers this week.
Yeah.
and
Those
a lot of
stickers-
people were super excited to
And
receive
they're
those.
sticky.
those stickers are awesome.
Yeah, they work. They stick like they're supposed to stick.
Yeah.
Which
Friend,
is a good
I
thing.
was at the bar, and my friend's like, "Hey, let me get 5 of those stickers." So I give him 5, and
good.
yeah.
Why did you have them on you? I appreciate that.
I'm multitasking,
I
man.
like the
Just
idea. That,
bartering with stickers.
You know, it's like, oh, that sandwich will be $3. So here you go. Sorry, these are stickers.
I like the idea that you're just walking down like a crowded street in LA
yeah.
and someone bumps into you and like, hey man, do you have any gamer and gameless stickers? Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah.
And he gives them to you, and then he said, oh, never mind.
That's what
I
I
was gonna
did.
get into another joke about the sizing charts, but not going to.
I would like to hear it.
Nope.
No.
I'm not gonna
We're good.
gonna fan the flames of destruction. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, 'cause that joke might be too small.
Oh my.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Goodbye.